For this one, let's start off with some basic shapes for the sketch. So I'm just going to draw an oval, and the hair on this side looks like a square, and there's a second hair shape for the other side. It's almost like a triangle. The eyes will be in this area where the tilted line is, and that's all the sketch that I need to do. Now let's start with the eyes. Let's see. The line is dark here. The photo is showing, looks like some mascara, so I'm just making the line dark in this area. By the way, this is my Zebra extra fine pen, and I love this little pen, and there's a link in the description if you want one. Okay, so now I'm drawing the underneath of the eye and the corner of it. It's a dark colored eye, so I am going to use a lot of ink to color it in. Sometimes on a darker eye, I like to add 2 highlights. I'm adding a shadow. All right. The eyebrows are light and they're kind of high above the eye. So let's draw them up here. Hairs of the eyebrow kind of curve around, so I'm just going to try to show that. And I'm hesitating in what I say because I'm not sure what I'm going to draw next. That is just a tiny line to indicate this area around the eye. Okay, now I'm going to draw a line to indicate the bridge of the nose. Now we're going to go for the other eye. Draw a little corner here to ground it, anchor it so to speak, so that I don't lose my place, and then I'm going to try to draw it with one smooth line. Okay, now we're going to draw in the iris. Add 2 highlights. Add a shadow. And the eyebrow. Okay, I'm going to add just a little line here to show a wrinkle for the under eyelid, and then extend that line. Now the nose comes down away, but it pops out a tiny bit. Let's see how I'm going to do that. So I'm going to start off just drawing the bottom of the nose. And at this point, I'm just trying to match what I see on the photo. And I don't know if you can see it in the photo, but there's some freckles, so this is how I add freckles. Just 3 there and 3 here, 3 here. Okay, now, the divot from the top lip. smile. I had a trainer tell me one time that you have to do 1,000 bad drawings before the good drawings start coming out. I don't know if that's true or not, but it may be close to being true. I've done a lot of drawings that were just horrible, or at least I thought they were horrible. But then some good drawings started coming out. And if you practice a lot, what will happen is you will find that a couple of drawings will pop. I call those drawings like a subconscious pop, if that makes any sense. It's kind of like there's every once in a while a drawing will jump past your timeline. And what I mean by that is you have a natural progression of drawing. Every time you do a drawing, you get a little bit better, and you naturally progress and get better and better. But every once in a while, a drawing will come out, and it's 10 times better than anything you've done before. And that's what I call a subconscious pop. Your brain is trying to take you past where you've been before, and then you kind of settle back down into a steady improvement. But every once in a while another drawing will pop out that's just perfect. And if you keep practicing, what happens is those subconscious pops happen more and more often, and the next thing you know, you've leveled up. If that makes any sense. Okay, right here I'm also looking at the relationship between this eyebrow and the hair right here. Looking at it on the photo, they kind of line up in the same direction, this line and that line. This is the hair, it curves back around. And then the ear. These earrings are important. All right, let's see what we're doing on the other side. The hair kind of, there's a swoop here. And you can see the earring on the other side. Got the neck, which I always draw a little skinnier than it should be, or it is in the photo, because it's supposed to be a caricature. All right, now look at the hair. It's sort of squared, but not perfectly. If you see how I did that, I grabbed the pen way back here and I just turned from the wrist like that. There's kind of a curl up at the end. Get that on there. And now the other side. It's not perfectly square like I sketched it. This isn't exactly like the photo, but I think it looks pretty good. Okay. Okay, now here comes the nervous part. I'm going to try to color in some shading on the hair. This is where I sometimes mess up. So let's see if it comes out good or if I have ruined the drawing. This is something I don't do a lot, and so I'm kind of learning as we go. This area here is all in shade or in deep shadow because you have dark hair. I've seen other artists color in dark hair like this, and it looks so great every time they do it. And I want to be able to do that too. I'm not just coloring the whole thing in. So far, so good. Okay. And there's a fold of hair here. Get that on there. Now that gives us a point to start with the shading. So I'm thinking of this shape here, and I'm just running along the back edge of it as if the light is coming from here. And now I'm going to do the same thing on the top of it. What happens is, I think what happens is this side of these lines is thick and then it gets thinner, so it looks like light and shade happening on the hair shape. And if I mess up, this will be a learning experiment. So this part of the hair is in deep shadow, so let's just make this solid black. Now, if I was drawing at an event, I would not take the time to deep color the hair like this, because I've got 3 or 4 minutes to do that, to draw someone at an event, and so I would not want to spend that time, because there are lots of people who want to get drawn and I want to draw as many as possible. But because this is a YouTube video, we're going to color it in. Alright, now it's not perfect, but it's a pretty cool sketch. We can finish out the shoulder here, even though it's not in the photo. I think that adds a little grounding to the drawing. There we go. What do you think?